In every interview that Quinn Hughes gives, all he talks about is winning. That's all he talks about. Whether it's in Vancouver or whatever else, all he cares about is winning. So what the hell was that? Canucks played in San Jose Friday. Whatever, who cares? Who gives a f***? I'm going to go through the scoring so fast here. First of all, it was Brock Besser after missing a lot of chances last game. He got a chance, scored it. The game was then tied by Will Smith on the Sharks' power play, but Elias Pettersson untied the game, made it 2-1 with a very nifty play. It was a good play by Pettersson. And then the Sharks had another power play. It was a 5-on-3, where the first penalty was Quinn Hughes for unsportsmanlike conduct, because the ref got his feelings hurt. And Eklund scored on that. And then a little bit after, Adam Gaudette scored with the puck barely crossing the line in Nikita Tolopil's glove. And that's it. That's all that happened, 3-2. And all those goals happened before the third period. Nothing happened in the third period goal-wise. If you showed me isolated footage of just Quinn Hughes in that third period and told me to guess what the score was, I would assume the Canucks would have been getting blown out by like 10. But it was a one-goal game the entire period. The entire period, they were one shot away from tying it. They were one shot away. And Quinn Hughes did not care. He just looked so uninvested in the game. The Canucks had power plays. 0 for 9 on the power play, by the way. They were 0 for 9 on the power play. The Canucks went 0 for 9 on the power play. That's a whole different issue. On one of the power plays, you could just see Quinn Hughes did not care. Unless the puck was on his stick, he did not care about what was happening. There were times where the Canucks sort of gave away the puck, but Quinn Hughes had the opportunity to get it back for his team, and he's just nowhere to be found. He's not skating towards the puck, gives San Jose a very easy chance to clear. He looked like he quit on them, and it wasn't even just the third period. You saw it in the second period, too. He just wasn't skating towards the puck. He did not care about this game unless the puck was on his stick, and he wanted to do absolutely everything. He wanted to do everything in this game, and if he wasn't getting the puck, then he was just upset. He gave up. He decided the team wasn't going to do anything, and they didn't do anything because their captain gave up on them. That's the least heart I've ever seen Quinn Hughes given a game. I just can't look past that Quinn Hughes performance because he wants to win. All the time he talks about wanting to win, and we know that there's a chance that he leaves Vancouver because Vancouver can't win. But Vancouver definitely can't win if he's going to play like that. The only thing on my mind the whole time was how bad Quinn Hughes looked and how out of it he looked. Like, he literally talked yesterday about how it was a nice win against Anaheim and all eyes are set on the game against San Jose today. What happened? What happened today? I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me on this. I know a lot of people don't like the criticism, especially going towards Quinn Hughes, because, everyone's toxic and stuff. But if I can't criticize Quinn Hughes for that performance, then who am I supposed to criticize ever for anything? Both Sharks' power play goals were on Quinn Hughes penalties. And the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is a whole different thing. I don't really blame him for that. But especially after that first one where you take a penalty and San Jose scores, I would be thinking like, Quinn's like, oh, I better make up for this. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to get us some points right now. I'm going to just erase that. What the And analytically in that game, Quinn Hughes was pretty good because he had a lot of puck possession. There was a lot of offensive zone time. But I don't care about that. So don't go in my comments and talk about that because I don't care when you could see how disengaged he was in that game. What the hell was that? I didn't expect that from him. He just quit on the team. I knew we weren't going to be able to get a goal in that third period because of the way that Quinn Hughes was looking. He just didn't care. That's really clouded over any other thought I have on that game. I have no idea what else to say about that game. The Canucks have not won multiple games in a row since game 4, 5, and 6 of the season. Game 6 of the season was October 19th. Today is November 28th. And we haven't won multiple games in a row since October 19th. We've now won 2 of our last 9 games. San Jose, sure, they're a good team this year. They're fine this year, but they're still not really that good. They're beatable. They got destroyed by Colorado. Yes, it's Colorado, but they got destroyed. They looked weak. Their underlying numbers are not good. And you fail to score for the last 37 minutes of the game against them. And it's... I gotta go into the refs. That's another thing I can talk about. The reffing in this game was atrocious. And I'm not saying that it ruined the Canucks, because it didn't. We had 9 power plays. We didn't score on one of them. But both ways, that reffing was absolutely awful. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties for chirping the ref, which, how thin is your skin? You're an NHL ref. How thin can your skin possibly be as an NHL ref that you're calling 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against you in one game? I don't think this is the right profession for you. Every time anybody was slightly touched in that game, it was a penalty. And especially, I was thinking that when Celebrini took the penalty against Verona, because, yeah, sure, that's a cross-check, maybe, but that's not getting called unless you've already called 15 other fucking penalties throughout the rest of the game. The teams combined for 38 penalty minutes in this game, all of which were on minor penalties. That is 19 minor penalties that the refs handed out in this game. And there wasn't even that much animosity until the very end of the game with 2 seconds left. That's the only time we saw a good amount of animosity between the teams. Everything in that third period got called. You could not make contact with a player on the other team, or it was going to be 2 minutes for something. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And again, this isn't me blaming the refs for this loss, because we had a good amount of power plays that we did not cash in on. But it is unfun to watch hockey like that. I want to see 5-on-5 hockey. I don't want to see every minute 5-on-4, 5-on-3. I don't care about power plays. It's nice to get like 3 per game, something like that. Not 9. San Jose had 6. They had a 5-on-3. That's not fun hockey to watch. I want to see even strength hockey. The refs took the game in their own hands, made it all about them. Everybody in the crowd clearly paid money to come watch the Garrett Rank show. I almost hit over my microphone there. When the refs lose a game like that, that's what leads to animosity. I mean, it was just absolutely absurd what we witnessed there in terms of reffing. I'm going to comment down here. I'm going to think rationally. I will give some good thoughts right now. Tolopilo wasn't good, but he wasn't bad. I would like him to keep his glove out of the net, but he still played pretty well. He kept them in it in the third. He made some good saves there. Phil Pronik looked really good today. I loved a lot of his plays. He did get an assist as well, but I think his defense was very solid. I liked him. I thought he was definitely the Canucks' best defenseman today, and honestly, in the third period, there were times where I would have rather had him out on power play 1 than the alternative. Wilander added another point and was a +1. I also don't know how to pronounce his name, because everybody says it differently, including him. I saw a video yesterday where he said Wilander, but I have to think Shorthouse didn't just find the V sound from nowhere, so I don't know what's going on there. Besser got a goal, which he should have had one last game, but he got one today. That was nice. Pettersson had a really nice play. I like to see a highlight reel goal from Pettersson. That's back to normal for him a little bit. And he has been doing well this season. He's continuing his pace, just under point per game, which is fine. If he's there, that's fine. And now I don't think I have anything else to say. But at least I had some calm, rational points in there. Positive points. But I really can't believe that game from Hughes. The result makes me angry because I just want them to win. But losing like that, where Quinn Hughes just looks completely out of it, like mentally he seems in a different city. I don't like that. I will leave it there. The next game is tomorrow night, Saturday night, in LA. Kings have been having a kind of seesaw season so far. I wouldn't say they're impenetrable, but they are a better team than the Canucks because everybody's a better team than the Canucks. Good news is that they started Kemper against Anaheim on Friday today, so Canucks will be facing Anton Forsberg tomorrow, I would assume, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself because Forsberg could just lock us down. We are the Canucks. But looking at that game, it's a lot nicer to face the backup than the starter. That's normally the case. They got to collect wins. They play Colorado soon, and we know that that's going to be a loss because everybody's losing to Colorado, though they did lose today. They're still not incredibly far out of the playoff race if they can just start winning games, but they can't win games. They can't get multiple wins in a row. It's very frustrating. What I'm hoping for tomorrow is that Quinn Hughes decides to care again, and the Canucks win a game. What do you think about this game? Am I going too crazy on Quinn Hughes? Please let me know. Did you see anything that I didn't see? I mean, when he had the puck on his stick, I think he was fine. He was still Quinn Hughes, but just the body language and the heart when he was off the puck, it was not great.
Oh my god, I got one right, guys. Oh my god. First time since Game 6 of the season, I predicted one right. I said Brock Besser would score, and Brock Besser scored. It took that long. Let's see if I can start a streak before the Canucks start a streak. That would be kind of funny. I'm going to say, we haven't seen Kiefer Sherwood score for a little bit, I feel. So I'll say Kiefer Sherwood scores one against LA tomorrow night. I feel infinitely better right now than I did 15 minutes ago. This is really like therapy for me. Okay, that's going to be it. Goodbye.